Daybreak. It's 11 minutes past 7. It was the murder that gripped the world when Amanda Knox and her Italian boyfriend were accused of killing British student Meredith Kercher.
Now, as the pair face a retrial in Italy this month, we're joined exclusively by Raffaele Sollecito for his first live British interview. First, though, let's take a look back at what happened. Italian-born Raffaele Sollecito was 24 when he met 20-year-old Amanda Knox from Seattle, who was studying Italian at a university in Perugia. The pair enjoyed 9 days in a new romance, but it was about to turn into a horror story. Amanda's roommate, 21-year-old British college student Meredith Kercher, was found in the villa they shared in a pool of blood in her bedroom. The pair were to become the prime suspects in a murder investigation that would haunt their lives forever. The case was followed in the media throughout the world. In 2009, Sollecito was found guilty of murder and sentenced to 25 years in jail. Knox was also found guilty and sentenced to 26 years. After an appeal in 2011, both were set free after spending 4 years behind bars. But if they thought their cases were closed, they were wrong. Italian judges ordered a fresh trial, which begins at the end of this month.
And Raffaele Sollecito and Italian legal expert Francesco Mastro join us now. Good morning to both of you. Thank you so much for joining us. You were tried, convicted, released. How do you feel 4 years on now that there'll be another trial?
Well, it's over than helpful. I mean, we were under trial for 4 years. We were in prison. We were in trial nowadays since 6 years almost. And my life is still on trial, so it's a kind of life inside the trial. They put my life on hold with these continuous trials. And it's kind of ridiculous to me because in a system you don't need hundreds of trials. You need just one trial, and then if there are mistakes or flaws, you can appeal for a review of the trial itself to the Supreme Court or whatever. This is a system in which you can trial and trial all over again. It doesn't make any sense to me.
You only knew Amanda for what, 9 days? You knew one another. What was that relationship like between the two of you?
Well, it was a teenage romance.
Right.
It was blossoming as we were eager to date each other, to see each other every day. But as soon as we dated and we started to have this romance, it was shut down. It was destroyed by events and circumstances.
People found the fact that you were kissing and cuddling Amanda outside the police station and the house. We saw a little clip earlier on there. They found it a little bit insensitive. Do you regret that happening now?
No, because they were the media who twisted that event.
What do you mean by that?
Because the kissings, they were just few, just 2 or 3 at most. They repeated the kisses all over again to make it feel that it was kind of half an hour of kissing. I just wanted to comfort her. She was alone by herself, and I felt the need to protect her in that condition. So it was something caring. It was not something passionate. That's the reason why I don't regret it.
The Kercher family obviously want answers. Is there anything you would like to say to them?
The answers are all inside the documents, and I wrote a book about that. Of course, I mean, I feel compassion because if it was my sister, I will get crazy, I will get completely mad. But I'm asking to be logical in this situation. I'm asking them to realize the truth through the documents, through the facts, not through the gut, or just standing by a prosecution theory which makes no sense.
Does any of this ever leave you, or is it constantly a weight on your shoulders?
It's constantly, every tiny little day, it's constantly on my shoulder, because these trials and this kind of situation put my life on hold. I cannot find a normal life, a job, a career, or something that to focus on instead of thinking about the trial, about the documents, about what will happen, about the new court, about how to pay the lawyers, how to pay my bills, all these kind of things. are still on there.
Sure.
And it's, for me, I don't know if people can realize that, but they condition your life in an extreme way.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Mastro, I wonder if I could ask you, there's already been a man found guilty of Meredith's murder. Why are we seeing this trial again?
Again, because the law in Italy permits it. I have to say that Raffaele is still now victim of a long series of mistakes. And this is an anomaly, all Italian anomaly of justice. Mistakes after mistakes, from the first time by the judge and by the police. The second mistake took over the first, the third mistake took over the second, and so on to the third. In Italy, we have this type of law, and we are going to make another, prosecute another second grade. And I hope no more, because it will be the third again, now the fifth time.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you both for now, because join us in an hour. We're going to be talking to Raffaele more about his time in jail, his relationship with Amanda now, and lots more. But thank you for the moment.
Yeah, thank you both.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Still to come. Daybreak, it's 9 minutes past 8. It was the murder that gripped the world when Amanda Knox and her Italian boyfriend were accused of killing British student Meredith Kircher. Now, as the pair face a retrial in Italy this month, we're joined exclusively by Raffaele Sollecito for his first live British interview. First, though, let's have a look back at what happened. Italian-born Raffaele Sollecito was 24 when he met 20-year-old Amanda Knox from Seattle, who was studying Italian at a university in Perugia. The pair enjoyed 9 days in a new romance, but it was about to turn into a horror story. Amanda's roommate, 21-year-old British college student Meredith Kircher, was found in the villa they shared in a pool of blood in her bedroom. The pair were to become the prime suspects in a murder investigation that would haunt their lives forever. The case was followed in the media throughout the world. In 2009, Sollecito was found guilty of murder and sentenced to 25 years in jail. Knox was also found guilty and was sentenced to 26 years. After an appeal in 2011, both were set free after spending 4 years behind bars. But if they thought their cases were closed, they were wrong. Italian judges ordered a fresh trial, which begins at the end of this month. And so it goes on, and Raffaele joins us now. Throughout all of this, you know, you were jailed, and now you face a retrial. How do you manage to keep your spirits up, to keep hope alive, if you like?
Well, basically I had no hope at all, because after a while I realized that my life will never be the same again. So whatever I had, which was not a life at all, I threw that for the sake of the truth. I felt that each day I was that, and I was just having this flammable flame, trying for lighting the truth, and all my strides were on there, just that.
So you just kept your eyes fixed on trying to get the truth?
Exactly, because for me, I didn't think too much about my life anymore.
How low did you get? How depressed did you get?
There were periods in which I was really depressed, and I kept my positiveness through my father and through my family. So they pushed me to keep strength, and I pushed them to keep strength. It was kind of a balance between me and my family.
When you were in prison, how much contact did you have with Amanda? Well,
we shared letters, and we kept each other positive. We gave each other strength, and we were writing about daily circumstances of the suffering of the. For instance, today my parents came to visit me, and I prepared the coffee. I prepared some meal. I cooked for them a cake, something. And they were just little moments, because we had only 4 hours a month to to visit our parents, to see our parents.
Right.
And they were spread around the month, whatever you want.
So what's your relationship like with her now? Do you still keep in touch?
Yeah, we're in touch actually, and well, we are friends. Well, nowadays my life is very different than hers, because she lives very close with her family, with her parents. She is under the United States law and rules, and she is not forced to make decisions like going back to Italy, facing this ordeal again. She's not forced to do that. But my situation is very different because I have to stand by Italian rules at the moment.
Do you see yourself ever having a relationship with her in the future?
No.
That's not going to
we
happen.
moved on completely.
Right.
We have different lives, different paths.
Do you wish you'd never met her?
No, it's not their fault. I mean, I know that if I didn't meet her, I will have another destiny. But it doesn't change the fact that the mistakes were made not by her. The mistakes, this dreadful situation is the consequence of the mistakes and the flaws that the detectives and the prosecution brought up front, and they didn't want to change along the way.
Of course, one man was found guilty of Meredith's murder. Do you believe that he acted alone?
Yeah, I believe it because all the evidence brings everything through him. So he knows everything, and if you read the documents, I analyzed the documents very in detail, even the dreadful details. And I understood that he knows everything about what happened that night. He lies about the things that he don't want to make people understand or make people know. And on the other side, and you can read it clearly in his statements. And the other side, he has a past of burglaries. They have a lot of similarities with the break-in that was in the Meredith house. So he is responsible 100% of this crime, and he knows everything.
Well, Raphael, thank you for joining us this morning. We really do appreciate it. I know the nightmare goes on for you, and it also obviously goes on for Meredith's family as well.
Absolutely,
very difficult for them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, coming up next, Nowhere to Live in the shadow of the World Cup. EastEnders star Joe Joyner has another special DayBreak report from Brazil.
Also coming up, has it changed you at all?
Maybe a little bit.
Just a little bit. Find how impending fatherhood is already affecting Simon Cowell.
And after 8:30 this morning, Coronation Street's Jenny McAlpine is here